Hi, just a little heads up that the following review is my personal opinion. If you have the same opinion or a different opinion, that's great. Just be respectful and civil in the comment section below, folks. Thanks. Enjoy the video. 2010. It was an interesting year to say the least. I started my good old YouTube career by doing a bunch of marbles and all that stuff. And then, maybe by the end of that year, I apparently stumbled upon a certain little console from the 90s by this thing called Nintendo, I think. Does anybody else recognize this controller right here? Because if you don't, allow me to introduce you guys to the Nintendo 64. It was a quaint, nostalgic little console, and the one game I used to play it all the time basically was this, one of its launch titles, Super Mario 64. Still looking at it, I think it's still a pretty fun game with interesting levels and enemies. Seriously, if I have an eyeball for an enemy in one of the levels. So yeah, I used to abandon it every now and then, but nowadays I come back to it with a small smile on my face. If there's one question on nobody's mind, what the freak kind of manual do you call this? Now don't get me wrong, a game console manual can be very simple, helpful, easy and useful. And so easy in fact you can open it up like a book. What about this one though? Well, look at this mess! I mean, I guess this was 1996, but this looks more like a blanket than it does a manual. Good night. However, this is not why we're here today. Another video is going to be for a different video, you see. I mean, you've got your manuals for mischief makers in different languages nobody else would understand or get confused by. You've got your puzzle game like Retrix, for example, a classic platforming game where you get to explore Mario 64 and defeat enemies. But then, there's a racing game. Now, the other Mario Kart games I have played include Mario Kart DS, Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But this one on the other hand, well, this is one of my first ones. Also, I heard how people say that this is like one of the better Mario Kart games, but I'm gonna try and find out about that. So let's pop this race car in, and let's turn this thing on. Okay, so what from about we get some interesting racing footage, which I'm sure most of the recorders of the whole game, and I gotta say, this music is pretty nice. I mean, it's upbeat, it's pretty catchy. It just like gets you pumped to do a good old race with. If that makes any sense. Wait, what? It starts the game all over again? Are you for real? Okay, so as you can see here we got, well, 4 player games. But here's the weird thing. 1 and 2 have Mario Grand Prix, yet the other 2 somehow don't. Now, obviously I only have 2 controllers, but I just thought it's a weird thing to point out. So, okay, so I'm gonna start off at about 50cc just to get things started. And great. Where the frick is the variety? You only get 8 people to play? That's it? Well, I'm gonna pick Luigi because... Okay, so here we only got, well, 4 cops. And yeah, we got like basically 60 races in total. So again, it's not that much. But that's okay. As long as we can get through this, we'll be fine. Okay, whatever. Let's begin. Okay, so here we are with Toad's Turnpike, and let's hope this can go well. Excuse me, coming through. Okay, so as you can see, we've got these little item blocks, I think, and oh, cool! You can go fast with this. Okay, here you go. Haha! Take that. Oh, cool! You can get like different ways to check the way you're off to, or how fast you're going. Okay, so here we got this like little km/h kilometers per hour, I think, and then we got this. So at least I'll give it credit that you can know when, you know, somebody is like. Okay, are you actually serious? Wait, I get taken back to 5th? Come on, me. You're almost there. You're nearly at the finish line. Come on. Yes, I can see it. I can see it. Okay, I mean, sure I'm 5th, but hey, at least it's not that bad. Oh, come on. Don't be so sad. I mean, at least I kinda tried. What? Are you what? Let me get this straight. So, if you're not in the top 4, or if you do rather poorly, then you literally have to start the race all over again? I mean, wow! 1 point to being unfair, guys. And also the fact that the CPU doesn't help, I mean, that's one other thing. Like, if they get through and if you're 5th, then let's face it, you're fricked. Also, why does that blue rectangle look so familiar? Nah, just a coincidence maybe. Or did it? Let's try this again, shall we? Okay, let's go for 100 this time. And let's just gonna say, I'm gonna pick Mario because he's Mario. Okay, let's try this one. Yeah, let's try the Star Cup, shall we? Okay, so here we are starting off with Wario Stadium, I think. Okay, I'm gonna try boosting a little. Excuse me. What? If you bump into other cars, you'd literally just like, wow. See, I told you the CPU can be kind of unfair. And Jesus, look at how fast they're going. Imagine this scenario. It's 1996 and you're playing this certain game at home with your brother or sister. You try being competitive and you're on the final lap. Point is, if you're like 5th, 7th or something like that and you reach the finish line, did I mention you gotta start the race all over again? I mean, like I said, the CPU doesn't exactly really help all that much, but you know what's actually worse? The controls of this game. Okay, allow me to give you an example. Yeah, you see this? I mean, you get the oval CPU and I mean, if you have a sense of epilepsy, then watch out for the lightning bolt. I mean, I apologize if this could give you seizures, but Jesus Christ. I mean, that's Guy, dude. Anyways, you see... What the frick? Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Oh, of course, we got this again. Okay, if there's one tip I'm gonna give you, then, well, try not to boost so hard because you like bump into other players and then you just like, let's just say, got a lot of catching up to do. point is, this game is really unfair so far. With this little joystick right there, you have to be very precise, because if you keep it down like that, as you normally would with a racing game, this happens. Yeah, see? I mean, I'm trying as hard as I could, and yet it keeps doing this. This is it. This is the home stretch. Come on. Yeah. Hey guys, did I already tell you that the CPU is fucking crap? Yeah, I mean, just when you're about to make it, someone just had to get through at the very last millisecond. Also, this point system's pretty terrible. I mean, look, 9631. Yeah, that's right. When you're 4th place, you get 1, and when you're 5th, you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Okay, now what about the items? Now, you got your usual mushroom, you got your usual blue shells and all that stuff, so, the good old usual. And, look, freaking beautiful. Just one small mistake and I'm nearly in last place. Freaking beautiful, am I right? I mean, I will give this that overtaking can be kind of easy. If the CPU wants to be fair, that is. Excuse me, toes. Whoa, crap! And then next thing you know, it's back to square one. Frick! I mean, I understand that A button make you driving though, but this freaking joystick. Why is it making the driving so stiff? I mean, it shouldn't be that hard. Not today, CPU. You want to defeat me? Ha 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 ha! See? Ha ha ha! Okay, but this is getting ridiculous. Here, take that. Okay, I will admit, that was kind of satisfying. Get out of the way! Thank you. You know what else I hate? When the CPU randomly just decides to take your item block when you're about to get that. Yeah, I mean, sucks, right? These stupid trains, they slow you down too? Are you what? So when you a goose you can do this? Okay, that's pretty damn cool, not gonna lie. The CPU is going to drive me insane! I swear to frick! This freaking joystick. See? You know what else makes this unfair? They almost could have like pushed me into that train, like that would have helped. Excuse me, get out of the way! Get out of the whoa! That does it! That's more of fun! I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't hate the joystick on this controller. In fact, I actually really like this controller, but the way how it's operating on my Car 64 is dreadful. Okay, last lap. Yoshi, what do you think you're doing? Hey, wait a minute. I mean, if he's throwing bananas that way, why can't I throw shells backward? Oh, so now I can? Wow, this game has barely any consistency. I mean, blah. Here, let me try again. See? It is possible. It just does it whenever it freaking feels like it. Oh shoot, the finish line. Yes, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make... You gotta be kidding me. This close. And this happens. Do 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 do. Congratulations, you placed second. Oh well. So, what do I think of this game specifically? Let's begin with the positives. 1. I like the music. It's not as iconic as something like Coconut Mall for the Wii, or Waluigi Pinball for the DS. But I still think it's pretty nice to listen to most of the time, especially that main menu music. It's just really upbeat and, all that. Second positive, I like some of the course designs. I mean, I can see how much effort the team put into making these things to make it stand out a bit. For example, outside of the view, you got Bowser's Castle, Toad's Turnpike, but the one with Peach's Castle from Mario 64. I just really like it here. I just don't think it's as great as, again, the later game, but I can still see why they put in some effort. If I was to describe this game, I'm so sorry guys, but it's overrated. I mean, the CPU and all the other stuff is terrible in my opinion, but I understand it if you like the music and the course design, because I think those are cool, but the rest of the game, I'm going to give it a special treatment. In fact, if you have a Nintendo 64, I recommend LEGO Racers and Vigilante 8. One because it's LEGO, and one because, simply, it's a lot more fun. It gets better. You know what happens if you're in 4th place after the Grand Prix is over? You get fist slap across the face. Yeah, as if the game is saying, screw you for trying. Also, I have seen a few commercials of the game itself, and let me just say, this one looks much better than the game itself.
Mario Kart 64いよいよ登場。ただし迫力のバトルレースなら超面白い。
Okay, aside from that, while I do think that the game is overrated, I can see the nostalgic appeal to some. The music, the levels and all that. It's just a shame that the CPU is pretty terrible, as well as the controls. Need I mention there are more superior Mario Kart games out there? 8 Deluxe anyone? Well anyways, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe. If you have a game for me to review, suggest it in the comments below or something like that. And if excuse me, I believe this car is about to go for a nasty drive. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! No cartridges were harmed in the making of this video.